What is up, everybody? It's the post show. I am absolutely jazzed after that UFC 305 card. The card wasn't really all that great till the main event. And that's all that matters, people. That's all that matters is that the main card and the main event deliver. What a hell of a main event. Dricus du Plessis defends his title for the first time, submitting Israel Adesanya in the fourth round. Fantastic fight. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm just so pumped. I'm so happy that DDP got it done. Israel Adesanya fought really damn good, better than I thought that he would in this fight. I picked DDP to win by decision, mostly just based off of vibes. I thought that Izzy fought valiantly, but I think that the bigger story is obviously Dricus getting the win. Not to mention, though, like he's such an anomaly in this game. He fights so reckless. He looks so sloppy in there, but it's like effective sloppiness. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen, honestly. And he's not even like that good of a champion, right? Because he's so vulnerable. But that's what you want to see out of your champions, if you ask me. Somebody like that has a glaring weakness, but continues to get it done. Shout out to DDP. He was getting pieced up at points in the fight, and he just kept it in there, man. It was fantastic. The fight itself was fantastic. I'll break down all of the fights on the card, and then I'll let you guys come in. It'll be an after party. We'll have a good old-fashioned good time. I do have to drive to Montana after this for work next week, but let's read some comments. Kobe, what's up? Hank the Tank. He'll be joining me a little later, I think. Mr. Sean Moody. Terrence Hazard. Hey, first timer up in the Skate Tank MMA podcast. Good to see you. Yes, got the Shake Junt shirt on. What is up, everybody? Kenny Bigums. He says he fell asleep. Man, you got to go back and watch that fight, my friend. Heart of an African King. I love it. Dricus has the heart of a lion. DDP won by keeping it in there, 100%. I'm not going to Helena. I'm going to a different part of Montana. But yeah, man, I did not expect the fight to go the way it did. I thought that Izzy his kickboxing was so on point. He looked so sharp. What is up, Reddy Smetty? Good to see you in here. Long time. A lot of long-time rush hour guys up in this place. Izzy was so sharp tonight. But you know what they always say is, brawl a boxer, box a brawler. DDP had that brawling style, and I thought that his corner gave him some good advice, telling him, hey, when you're moving forward, you're having success. Let's pull up the card here. So as we know, in the main event, Mr. DDP gets it done. Just trying to figure out the best way to do this here. By rear naked choke. 18:38 into the fight, 3 minutes and 38 seconds into the fourth round. He moves up to 22-2. Israel Adesanya now has 4 losses on his professional record. Was trying to capture some of the glory that Randy Couture had when he became a 3-time world champion. By the way, the UFC post-fight presser is going to happen really soon. Dana White's going to speak to the media. I think it'd be a good idea for us to pull that up and react to it live. I don't think there's any risk of a copyright happening on that. But what is up, Ganskow? He says DDP is a G. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so stoked, dude. I haven't felt this excited after a pay-per-view since UFC 300, man. I am just so jazzed right now. But yeah, let's go through it. So Izzy, like I said, he fought valiantly. Let me actually pull up Fight Center here. We'll go through the actual stats on the fights. That'll be better for a post show. Let's see here. All right, so here it is. Look at these numbers, guys. You had no official knockdowns. Total strikes, 99 of 206 for DDP. The total striking numbers are really damn close. The head strikes are really close, but look at the body work from Izzy was paying off. And this is what I was talking about is how DDP just he looks so gassed into the third round. And I think that, that was due to Izzy landing so many strikes to the body, 26. Look at the leg kicks from DDP, 22 and 2 sub attempts on 4 takedowns. Fantastic performance from DDP. But he looks so sloppy in there, but it's so effective. So I don't know if really the body shots are what really did it. He just always looks like that. Obviously, after he got a nose surgery, everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna look just fine after that," But I don't know, man. Solid card, I agree. Dan Hooker beating Gamrot was my happiest moment, but DDP subbing Izzy comes close, 100%. Solid card, I agree. Ganskow to 100%, man. It was so solid, man. That completed my 7-leg parlay. Surprised my life. Let's go. Ready Smitty's getting some tonight. Incredible that he thought he would win every time he switched to the left. He got hit every time. DDP's a walking paradox. 100%, dude. Look at this guy. He looks so vulnerable. He's getting outstriked by Izzy. I had Izzy up at the time of the stoppage. What's up? What is up, Mr. Grant Gregory? Good to see you in here. Yeah, hard card for the Aussies. Indeed. Yeah, Tai Tuivasa losing and Casey O'Neill as well. Also, what was his name? Stuart Nickel in the first fight. But yeah, he's an anomaly. He's an anomaly of a champion, and that's why I love him. Because those shots when he was so gassed and walking forward and hitting Izzy with these weird shots, the broadcast was really playing it up. Oh, he's really hurt there. I was like, dude, I don't think he's really hurt. But turns out, I think that played a part in getting Izzy down in that 4th round and the eventual stoppage. We'll talk more about all of these fights and more once I run through the card, and I'm going to open up the chat. I'm going to open up the stream to everybody who wants to join. I think at some point the press conference will start. I want to react to Dana White live. But let's go through the co-main event. You had Kai Kara-France fighting Steve Erceg. Look, this was a very quick fight. 4 minutes, 4:04 of the first round. Seemed like it was quicker. You can see here that Kai Kara-France doubled him up on strikes. Steve Erceg headhunting in this fight. 0 body shots were thrown by Steve Erceg. I think that cost him this one. I just got to say, man, No Chill, what's up? And Paradox, you guys are all welcome to come in after this is after I go through the card and react to Dana White's press conference. Good to see you, Sven, my good friend. Everybody in here, thanks for rating and it's a musical MMA raid too. Let's go. Kiari Abdu Elkir, my friend. Cheddar, Galactus. Hey, man, take it easy on Silver Surfer, man. He's just trying to do good. But yeah, Kai Kara-France sleeping Steve Erceg. I have so much to say about this. Steve Erceg did an entire 45-minute interview with Luke Thomas about how MMA fighters have no boxing defense, okay? 0 at all. He gets caught with his right hand down, feet flat on the ground, with a left hook from Kai Kara-France. Can you believe that shit? How dare you roast the entire flyweight division, not to mention MMA boxing as a whole. You say that you have superior boxing to everybody, and you get slept by Kai Kara-France with a left hand. It proves that this man got pushed too fast to a title shot. Though he looked incredibly impressive in that title shot and arguably could have won, if his fight IQ in the 5th round and championship rounds would have held through, he would probably be your champion. But Kai Kara-France gets his moment, sleeping Steve Erceg. I had Steve Erceg to win this fight by decision. But the boxing of Steve Erceg is not that good. It's not that good. How dare you do a 45-minute interview with Luke Thomas saying that MMA fighters have terrible boxing and you get slept yourself? Can you believe this fucking man? Anyway, I just have to say, man, it shows that he got pushed to a title way too fast. This is an incredible win for Kai Kara-France, a huge setback for Steve Erceg, but one that I think that he needs. This is going to ensure that he comes back and learns some things, hopefully, right? that flyweight division's so stacked. There's so many good fights for him out there outside of another title shot. I'd like to see what Steve Erceg does next. But in the meantime, clean up your boxing defense. Don't do another interview about how you have superior boxing defense to the rest of MMA and you get fucking slept by Kai Kara-France. Now, everybody gets caught. Okay, there's times where people get caught. But come on, man. You're going to let this guy knock you out in 4 minutes and you claim that you have better boxing than anybody else in MMA? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Steve Erceg. I'm so happy you got slept. The next fight. Mateusz Gamrot losing a decision to Dan the fucking Hangman Hooker, who was a plus 300 underdog heading into this fight. My goodness, this was a good fight, but probably the sloppiest top 10. I know Dan Hooker was 11 coming into this fight, but sloppiest top 10 lightweight match I have ever seen in my life. Both guys were very vulnerable in this fight. Mateusz Gamrot was piecing up Dan Hooker really good in the first round until Dan Hooker caught Mateusz with a left hook while Gamrot was running. He did a lot of running in this fight. His grappling was not as effective as people thought it would be, as I thought it would be. He kept defending with the guillotine. Dan Hooker, that is, was a great performance from Dan. I thought that Gamrot could have gotten the nod in this fight, but ultimately Gamrot getting knocked down by Dan Hooker is in the third round was what sealed his fate. And I am so happy for Dan, man, because at one point this man was cracking into the top 5 of lightweight. And here he is again, right back in the same situation. He had a hell of a war with Dustin Poirier in 2020, and that's what led to his, kind of bad run that he was on. And that fight with Jalen Turner was close. That's the thing about Dan in these situations, sort of like DDP, right? That's why we love him. He's so vulnerable, but he just fights his ass off. I'm a huge Dan Hooker fan. I've loved the Hangman since I started watching the UFC in 2019. But yeah, fantastic win for Dan Hooker, man. In a close, gritty contest, you can see here that Gamrot actually outlanded him just ever so slightly, but I think that the ineffective groundwork from Gamrot is starting to show its true colors. He does not do enough on the ground, and I'm happy that Hooker got the win here because Gamrot needed a setback. He did not sleep Gamrot, as I think we all hoped for. Didn't land a big knee, but it was great. Where's Hank? Everybody's asking where's Hank. Look, this show would take way too long. Me and him would be arguing about Steve Erceg, so he's going to come in after. The chat's open to everybody after I get done running down the fights. What is up, Isha? Hooker came to fight. Gamrot came to win an MMA fight. Dog fucking win. 100%. Let's go, Dan Hooker. This is Dan's biggest name opponent win. Always lost against top guys in the division. I agree. This is his best, one of his best wins for real. I feel like Izzy gave up at the end. Well, no. He got hurt and he got subbed by a better MMA fighter. That's exactly what happened. But good to see you regardless, Juice Man. The next fight. Tai Tuivasa losing a decision to Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Jairzinho just beat him everywhere, man. There was some moments in the fight where Tai landed a good shot, but overall, man, Tai Tuivasa is pretty washed. If he can't land that big hook on you, then, you have no chance. He has no chance of winning a fight. That's really, really just the truth here, man. I thought Jairzinho kickboxed perfectly. But not only that, one judge had it 30-27 for Tai Tuivasa and then was immediately removed from judging for the rest of the night. It was a good moment for MMA. I've seen this happen maybe once before, but yeah, there's no way Tai Tuivasa won all 3 rounds, and you could give him a round, but all 3, no way. You can see here in the stats, man. Look at this, man. 92-37 strikes. Are you kidding me? There's no way Tai Tuivasa won that fight. And then we get to a very sad moment of the card. Li Jingliang versus Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates knocking out Li Jingliang at 4 minutes and 2 seconds of the second round. Li Jingliang fought his ass off in a loss, man. Carlos Prates hurt him so many times. Lee could never really catch him clean with anything. He did land some good flurries here and there, But ultimately, that left hand of Carlos Prates was like a laser. It never fucking missed. Hats off to Prates, the first man to ever knock out the Leech. But I don't know. I don't know where the Leech goes from here, man. I really don't, man. It's sad to see how the Leech's career has just gone in a downward spiral since that fight with Daniel Rodriguez. After the whole thing got mixed up, the card got all switched up. Fighting a guy 10 pounds up that he was not expecting to fight. But regardless, man, hats off to Carlos Prates for getting the knockout here. I picked him to win by second round knockout. My pick was perfect. But yeah, man, I hope that Lee can bounce back. I'm hoping he gets a favorable matchup, but this is the UFC, man, and that's not what this is about. Look at the striking numbers, man. He hung in there the entire time, man. He never quit on himself until he got slept with that vicious left hook from Carlos Prates. Then we had Justin Tafa. Getting submitted via heel hook in the UFC is literally hilarious, right? Who gets heel hooked in the UFC? Unless you're, in Ryzen, I can understand. But in the UFC, man, you're getting heel hooked. He had some good moments in the first 30 seconds. He hit Walter Walker with some shots. But ultimately, Walter Walker laid on him. I'm so happy he got a submission because we would have been here for 15 minutes in a boring fight. There was some controversy because Tafa did not actually tap. He screamed out in pain. The referee stopped the fight. Unfortunately, that counts as a submission. It's referee discretion. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. There wasn't any controversy. It was definitely weird to see that happen live, but ultimately, he gets it done via submission. Hats off to Walter Walker. And honestly, Tafa needs to go to kickboxing. He has no MMA skills. I also thought that Walter Walker calling out Junior Tafa, or Justin Tafa, the brother of Junior, was a fantastic post-fight interview. He probably will get that. I mean, that was excellent mic work. We go to Ricardo Ramos versus Josh Culibao. Ricardo Ramos gets the first. He has Culibao in a choke for most of the round. He's threatening the rear naked choke. Okay, Izzy is speaking to the media now. I don't give a shit about that. So I'm going to wait till Dana White gets on the mic, and then I will put the post-fight presser up here. So that actually gives us time. But the second round, Culibao hurts Ramos. He lands some good – he hurts him to the leg. Ramos falls over. He's landed some good ground and pound. But then he gets into guard, and they have like a weird kickboxing match for the rest of the fight. The third round, he let it slip away from him, taunting Ricardo Ramos more than fighting him. And I think that's what really lost him this fight, though. I thought that you could have edged it to Culibao, who I did pick to win. But ultimately, man, you can't let the fight slip away from you like that. Low IQ moment for Josh Culibao. He could have done more work, struck with Ramos a little more. But ultimately, I think that being in a rear naked choke for most of the first round was really what let this fight slip away from him. So hats off to Ramos. I did fade him. Hope Culibao comes back and learns how to just kind of get a finish. Trust your hands, man. The next fight was Casey O'Neill defeating Luana Santos. This was a close fight, I thought. Well, actually, no. The first round was close, and then by the second, you could just see that Casey just was fighting excellent, man. Her boxing was crispy throughout. I picked Luana Santos to win. That did not happen, but Casey O'Neill bounces back. But she does something which I hate. She did the ray gun move. If you don't know who Ray Gun is. HM says he's off the bed. Hey, hats off to you. Thank you for joining, man. He said he called it hooker by decision. Good on you, man. Good on you. I didn't. I had Gamrot. But she did the ray gun move. If you don't know who Ray Gun is, she was that Australian breakdancer who got 0 points in the Olympics. But I'm happy for Casey O'Neill, man. This was a fight I was going back and forth on. I wanted to pick Casey O'Neill. I ultimately stuck with Luana Santos. But Luana Santos showed why, she was young, up-and-coming fighter in the UFC, and just lost to somebody that was more well-rounded and probably everywhere, besides maybe the submission game, and especially in the striking. It was a big, clear striking advantage for Casey O'Neill, and I did not catch that, so I get that pick wrong. We move on to Jack Jenkins defeating Herbert Burns. He hurt Herbert Burns many times. I got this one perfect again. Jack Jenkins, 3rd round KO. Herbert Burns needs to be cut. Get him out of there. He quit. He got TKO'd by just not standing up due to exhaustion for the 2nd fight in a row. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Get him out of there. Great win for Jack Jenkins. Tom Nolan defeats Alex Reyes. Tom Nolan showed me that he is way too slow to be a top 15, top 10 lightweight. You cannot be that slow, and you have to finish a guy like Alex Reyes, who fought very good. He was very tough. I got to give credit to him, but Tom Nolan, man, way too slow, way too slow to compete with those top guys, in my opinion. We then had Song Kanon defeating Ricky Glenn in a pretty bad fight, really sloppy fight. 2 really washed guys. Song Kanon edges it out. Ricky Glenn fought better than I thought he would. He did get, let me see here. There was no knockdowns. I think he did rock Ricky at some points. And then you had Stuart Nickel losing by submission in the 1st round to Jesus Aguilar. It just goes to show you that we got to be more wary about these fighters coming in to the UFC that are undefeated, don't have any experience at the high level. And it was a tough one to pick. I picked Jesus Aguilar, or I picked Stuart Nickel to get it done. But ultimately, we didn't know a lot about Jesus Aguilar. He didn't look super great. But, the card overall was slow at times, but that main card picked it up. I give this one an 8. But that main event might have edged me over to like an 8.5, man, because I don't know. This main card was fantastic, if you ask me. Outside of Rosenstruik and Tai Tuivasa. But let's open up the chat. Let's get some people in here. Guys, if you want to join in, when Dana White hops on, we're going to turn our attention to the press conference. But if you want to join, come on in. Hank, do not fucking end the stream on me early like you did last time, please, for the love of God. But come on in, people. Join in. This is the Skate Tank MMA post show after party. This is what we do around here. Let your voice be heard, man. Don't be shy. Right on up to the mic if you do. Just other thoughts on the card. I thought, obviously, that judge scoring that fight for Tai Tuivasa is just fucking wild. It does not make any sense, to be totally honest. But, yeah, man, like I said, Dricus du Plessis, he's an anomaly. I love it, though. I love how vulnerable he is. And it's good shit, man. It's good shit to see a champion just have vulnerabilities. That's what we want in the sport, man. We don't want a champion that's boring and just gets it done by being safe, I think this might share. Yeah, we're going to put that away, though.
Life is fleeting.
Okay, we got 2 Hank the Tanks. I don't know who's the real one. What is up,
people? Hey, we got the dynamic.
I don't know who this is.
Hank the Tank.
It's no chill. No chill. I'm kicking you out of here until you come in as yourself.
Beautiful. I've never seen such a work of art in my entire life.
I'm kicking him out of here until he comes in as himself. That's hilarious, but all right, guys, give me your thoughts.
Hey,
Sean is coming in with his terrible internet again. Let's have him have the first word.
That shitty internet. I'm glad I got off work for that main card. That was a badass main card.
Dude, your internet is terrible, dude. Go closer
loving it, dude. Loving it.
Go up on a hill. I don't know, man.
It's data, dude, from Straight Talk. What do you expect, bro?
All right, fair enough. Tell me, what do you rate the card?
Oh, we got another.
I'd give it.
No, it's.
I'd give it an 8.
I'm kicking him out.
All right, MMA
Joey.
Incredible cameo from the Joey Meister.
He's not allowed on the show until he comes in as himself.
Oh, poor Israel Adesanya. He's coping. He's coping bad, man.
There
We
goes
need some
Sean. All right,
salt
Hank.
emojis. Some salt
Let us know.
emojis in the
Let us
chat.
know. What'd you think? What'd you think about the card?
I thought it was mid until it wasn't. I think the main card completely restored that pay-per-view. Dude, as soon as Dan Hooker beat Gamrot, the momentum completely shifted for the main
100%.
card. Then Kai Kara France completely closed out Steve Urseg in a shocker. I was very sad. I was doing my best bedtime MMA impression with the hat and the jacket, going full bedtime crew, but it was not enough, man. And he got his clock cleaned. It was a sad moment, but Kai Kara France deserved the win for getting fucking robbed against Amir Albazi. He deserved a win like that one. And I can't believe that Manel Cap, Kara France came out on top at the end of the day while Cap is in the decline. I never would have thought that would happen in a million years. Dude, now Cap could fucking win it all. I mean, now Kara France could win it all. It's crazy. He went from, oh God, he's not a contender anymore. Now the judges are just robbing him through. Now he just beat the guy who almost beat Alexandre Pantoja, dude. He could fight for the title with one more fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Kai Kara France at one point was a top-ranked flyweight. The flyweight division's so thin, but yeah, he was once up there until he got viciously kicked.
I gotta fucking mute Izzy, dude, because I was just listening to that fucking dog diddling bitch in my ear for a whole minute. I'm tired of that little bitch.
All right, Sean, your internet's a little better. What'd you think about the card?
Really good. There's a couple losses that I had. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys kicked my ass again, but not like you have been. And I'm just glad that DDP fucking shut up Izzy.
Me too, man. I'm right there with you, dude. I'm so glad that this fucking guy, this cringy motherfucker, finally lost this fucking fight, because the build-up for this fight's been taking way too long, to be honest.
Yeah. I needed DDP to come out on top in that fight, and that's exactly what I got. He broke Izzy in the press conference, and he broke him in the cage. Double whammy, dude. Beautiful.
Hey, Hank, it would have been better, though, if we would have seen that diamond cutter.
No chill. I would love to have you in here if you just come in as
DDP. It's the
Izzy's still talking to the media. I don't give a fuck what he's saying.
Yeah.
Wait for Dana White. Wait for Dana White. Give me some more news. I love the Dana White post-fight press conferences. They're a treat for me. But
dude,
yeah,
now
man.
Dana, he knows that his college lost, and he's gonna be like, "Don't you forget, Israel Adesanya is the best middleweight ever. He's the best middleweight ever."
I want to see him in the jar.
Silva.
I want him against Alex Pereira, dude, at light heavyweight. I want you and
Alex
Alex
deny what
Pereira.
Izzy did at middleweight. He had a fantastic run. He had a fantastic run at middleweight.
Yeah, he did straight, but after that defeat to Sean Strickland, I think he should have gave up then, because it showed tonight.
You know what? I'm so glad that you brought that up, because it makes sense why Sean Strickland won his fight. It kind of comes full circle for me now, because Sean Strickland moves forward constantly. He's very clean. He's very defensively sound. But Izzy doesn't do well when he's fighting off the back foot for a long extended period of time. And it really shows that the fighter, his opponent, really makes the fight. If you want to have a really close, technical kickboxing match with Izzy, he'll accommodate you. But if you want to move forward like Robert Whittaker did in his first fight with Izzy, he's gonna clean you up. But this is why it's so interesting to me that DDP won, because it was like sloppy, effective forward movement that got it done for him.
Well,
and go ahead.
It's always pressure that ends up being Izzy's kryptonite. Strickland was able to push him against the cage. He never shot the takedown, but I actually think if Strickland had shot a few takedowns, he probably would have gotten them on Izzy Adesanya, I think. He wouldn't have kept him down. I think Izzy did. DDP has way more mass. He's able to just top of you and really. He's got like just fucking muscles in every single part of his arm. It's just dude's a fucking freak. So he's able to keep Izzy down. Sean, I know that Sean could have actually gassed Izzy out.
Your audio is kind of cutting in and out. But
I really think
what's that?
I think
Izzy has incredible takedown defense. He did really well. I don't think DDP was really able to hold him down too long. Izzy always got back up to his feet. Here comes No Chill again, trying to troll the chat. Oh, there he is. Okay, never mind.
Nice
He
here.
says, Tracy up. Okay, what is up, No Chill? Good to see you, my friend.
Watched.
You are muted, my friend.
Someone call Pete. Watch. Scamrod Izzy. Let's fucking go, dude.
I think he's
Incredible.
muted on purpose.
Incredible.
Alex says he's coming back
No, he's
down to
not.
185. That's hilarious.
Mike is-
I don't think he is. Izzy was getting better, the better of DDP IMO until the comeback. I had him up on the card. Apparently the judges had it 2-2 if it was going to the fifth.
That's what I had it too. 2-2 because until fucking old DDP got that
No
choke.
chill. I cannot hear you, dude. Your audio is muted.
Hey, no chill. Did you eat all your fucking Cheez-Its?
Worst mic in the game. Yikes. It is Lucas Tracy, though. I think Lucas Tracy's back. The second coming of Jesus Christ is finally here in the form of a young man.
Yo,
Ready, steady. You got to turn down the stream.
I know. I'm in the dark.
You're in the dark.
Still looking at the afterplay.
Ready, steady. You've been a long time follower. Oh, dude, you got to turn down the stream.
I know I will.
All right.
There we go.
What's up, Ready?
Hey, guys.
Lovely to see you, man.
I
How
think
you
we just-
feeling about the main event, bro?
No. I think I can still hear myself.
What a game.
I got to mute until you turn down the.
One of those mics working.
I got to mute.
What a
until
roster
you
we've
turn down the
assembled of
stream.
superstars.
Okay,
fucking
there's no
left to
chill.
right.
No chill. What did you think about the stream? Or what do you think about the card?
Oh, I thought it was probably best of 2024. Fucking fantastic.
That's 2024.
Better than
Outside of
300.
300?
Yeah, fuck 300. Izzy didn't
love
lose
that.
on
I don't know
300. Gamrot didn't lose on 300. This was the if I could pick the winners, this would be it. Except for Urseg, that sucked that he went down
Ready,
like that.
Smitty, bro, you got to turn down our YouTube stream on your end. I can still hear it echoing through. I'm going to keep you muted till you do. You guys need headphones and stop the background
Gotta
noise.
ruin
Yeah.
all the fun.
Hey, look, this is a fucking after party, okay? Don't have to.
What'd you guys think of my brother getting that win today?
Who's your brother?
Jorinzo Rosenstruck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Your
Better.
brother.
Congo got it done, man. And tied it. What the fuck was that split decision? How did he lose? How did he lose by split decision tied to Ibasu? That should have been unanimous.
Because the judges
Every
were doing a little better.
Ready.
Yeah,
I gotta
look it up.
kick you out of here, man. You're not turning down
No,
the
bro,
stream
no,
on our
you
end.
can't kick Freddie Smetty.
I got to because you got to turn down. Oh, I think he did it. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
he did it.
Yay! We're good.
No, I can still hear the echo.
A little bit?
I can hear the echo. You got to turn us down.
Oh, okay. I'm too high.
Where you from, Ready?
The echo effect. It's the Mary Jane, bro. I'm on edibles right now.
You got the
I'm
pork
on
grinds?
I'm on music pack. I'm on that pack.
What did you think about the card, Smitty? As he hits the ball. What'd you think about the card, man? What'd you think about the card?
Great card. I loved it. My
Yeah.
7-leg parlay, I couldn't believe it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It hit?
I couldn't believe it.
Congrats on
Let's
that.
go.
I hope that
It's a
hope that your
celebration
wife
for
is happy and you get some tonight.
Oh, yeah. She's already in bed.
Let's go!
Good morning.
Go get the match.
Oh, yeah.
Go, go.
I love it.
I'm trying to be like Ish, be real quiet here, guys.
What was your favorite fight of the card? Favorite moment?
Oh, I gotta go. Hey.
Oh shit! We got Hugo. What's up, bro?
Uh-oh.
Did you think
Fighter
any fights were
Raputo.
fixed? Did you think any fights were fixed on this card?
There goes the captain, the friendly
Why has he got a
narrative.
Spider-Man mask on?
I don't know. He's always up to something.
Doing this thing right now.
Yeah, that's me. I know I'm really
Okay.
shocked right now. Yeah.
What's going on? What did you think about the card, man?
Oh man. I mean, I will give it like a 5 to 10. I mean,
Same.
those main cars, I mean, they're just looking very amazing, but I was really shocked because Iggy just fucked up. I mean, when it comes to striking of grappling of DDP, I mean, that was under the highest level. I mean, can you believe that? Because no one see that coming about for the attack. I mean, for Deckers replaces. I mean, he was learning something about for the video, and then that was like, okay, so I was just like getting ready for war, and let's just got it. Because after he just won against Sean Strickland, I mean, Draco's replaces never failed at all. So I know that EC got really fucked up because they never saw about for the combination of jazz, grappling, striking, and of course for the submission. I mean, that was supremely huge.
What do you think about the fact that DDP looked vulnerable the entire fight? He looks so sloppy, but he has this like effective sloppiness.
Maybe it's to throw off his opponent.
No, I don't think so, man.
I don't
No,
think.
That's just how he fights.
What?
Well, he's not a
How many
he's
submissions
not a
does he have
high
on
level
his record
kickboxer like
anyway?
Israel Adesanya.
That's a good
He
point.
did okay on the feet.
He
I
did
mean,
that
who
very
else
well.
has walked other
He
than
said
Sean
very well.
Strickland and Alex Pereira? Nobody's really done that to Israel Adesanya or even made it competitive like that on the feet. So I don't think he did terrible. Being so sloppy, obviously it works with his awkward style because Israel Adesanya has the kickboxing credentials where on paper he would smoke a guy like Dricus on the feet. So I don't think he got dog walked with the striking.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, Whitaker did
well, he
do
makes
good.
it work.
I think
He makes it work. That's the main thing. He makes it work.
He did catch him with the
Every single
looping left
time.
hook too, and he stumbled Izzy.
Comeback KO or he subs you in round 3. DDP
dude, your
makes it
audio
work. It
is
his
like
own
cutting
unique
in and out
style.
so bad, dude. We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's like
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me
you and then we
now?
can't. All right, he's out. But yeah, no, I think that's a fantastic point. He's just not a high level kickboxer. That's how he has to get the fights done. Like I
He's got
said,
heavy hands.
you gotta brawl a boxer, box a brawler.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. Kickboxer. Dog.
Are you wanting to
molester.
stay out of the chat
Yeah.
for a little bit?
Are we good? Yeah, I'm heading out, dude.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
hear me?
All right, man.
Can't even
Yes.
fucking
Yeah,
hear
we
me.
can hear you
Yes, we
perfectly.
hear
No.
you.
Okay, well, I think it was just too many cooks fucking spoiling the broth then. You got too much audio, dude, in the room.
No, it's just your audio goes so low. I don't know what it is.
I don't get it. Well, my grandma can never fucking hear me, so I gotta fucking.
Well, 'cause he's old, dude. Duh.
But
That's what happens when we get old, Hank. We can't hear, you know?
yeah, I'm surrounded by 80-year-olds.
Oh my gosh, it's not Dana. It's this fuck.
Wait, because Dana's not here. John Anik was there.
Oh,
Remember?
man.
He was there for the
Why
press
is
conference.
this fuck here? Hold on.
Of course, Dana White isn't
What are
there.
you
Yeah, hold on a
watching?
second.
Press
Hold on a second.
conference.
Hold on a second.
What does it do?
Yeah.
Western Australia.
Is that Tom Nolan?
Yes, it is Tom.
That's
Nolan. He's scoring his first
That's Sean Shelby, ain't it?
Well, that's this fuck that they have speak for him sometimes.
And the deputy premier.
Dana's too depressed.
I can't hear him.
Were not only here today, but they were at the open workouts, they were at the weigh-ins for support.
This is so boring.
Them as individuals all week, which is excellent.
I can't
He's
hear him.
awful to watch.
Lastly, just
I hate this guy. They gave him softball questions too.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, screw him.
I just want to hear who got fucking bonuses.
Carlos Prats.
He's just talking
He
about
did-
the numbers.
Well, he's got to have that post-bonus smoke in the back near the.
Sold out stadium, he says. Why wasn't Dana there? What the fuck? They're probably gonna ask him all this shit on Tuesday, and he knows
He's
that.
crying.
Well, remember, Skatesman. Dana wasn't at UFC 293 for the Aussie card last time. It was John Anik who was at the press conference.
One
So
second.
Dana doesn't fly overseas.
One second.
Sold out.
He says Hooker.
We were here. The fight of the night. I'm sure no surprises here, Gamrot.
Fight of the night, Hooker Gamrot.
Good.
I hate
Car
that they,
France. And Carlos Prates performance bonuses.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
No
acceptable.
bonus for DDP.
yeah,
He's the main event. He doesn't need a bonus.
that's true. That's true.
Interesting. That's really all I wanted to hear. If
Yeah.
Dana White's not fucking there, what the fuck?
Fuck Dana White.
I hate that Gamrot got 50K. I'll be honest. I'm a little depressed about that.
I mean,
I'm
fight of
not-
the night, sure, but like I said, it was so sloppy. Sloppier than a DDP fight, you know?
What?
Yeah.
Hooker
I'm
and
happy-
Gamrot?
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of good technique going on in that fight, in my own personal opinion.
I don't know. Gamrot's striking looked a lot better than I thought it would.
100%. I totally agree with that, but it was still just a sloppy affair.
I thought Hooker hurt his knee a little bit and he was having trouble posting on it. after round 1, but towards the end of the fight, he started touching Gamrot up a little bit more. And he had some very good scrambles up back.
Nisha did say, I still think the Lux main event last night was a better fight, but obviously this one was more important on a larger scale.
Yeah.
Of course you would say that.
Did you watch the Craig Jones Invitational?
I did watch the Craig Jones Invitational.
You see Gabby Garcia and Craig Jones?
Yeah, I did. That was pretty
Basically
much the only
like
thing
a
I watched.
second-
Oh, I was watching it. I'm glad that I was watching it because it went so viral. I mean, can you imagine this? Because, well, that fighter, Gabby Garcia, it doesn't remind her because she looks like a real life She-Hulk. I mean, look at how immense that I was got.
Yeah.
Yes.
He should have been the guy who was interviewing them both during that video. He would
Yeah, he did.
Hey, she's from Brazil. She's from Brazil.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but that guy's name is
Rafuccio
Yeah.
Lorenzo.
I
No,
got a
that's
question.
not food. Yeah.
was it you? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, yeah, so Craig Jones gets the tap. He fucking
Well,
rear
no,
naked chokes
no
guy.
shit, no shit.
Of course. Duh.
You guys see,
you
what
the
was his name?
African-
Andre Tackett and Cade Rutolo?
Yeah, that was yesterday,
Oh my
right?
god, banger. No, it was today. Or maybe it
Oh,
was
okay.
tired. I don't know what one of the Rutolos.
Yeah,
Maybe it was
I
tomorrow.
competed yesterday, and he got a quick sub, but I did not see that.
They did half the tournaments yesterday and then half today.
He
Think you
says-
know Renato Laranjo is American, right? I don't even know who fucking Renato Laranjo.
That was the guy who was
That's the
interviewing him.
interviewer. Joe Hogan.
Oh yeah,
He's that guy.
and I was gonna ask Rafuko if he was the guy who was questioning that one person. Why are you gay? You are gay. I was wondering if Rafuko was that guy back in the day.
That was a good
That was
fight. I mean,
that was
yeah.
a more Jarinza Rosenstruck guy.
Yeah.
I'm glad Prates got a bonus. He deserved it.
I see.
Oh my god, what a nasty knockout.
Yeah, 100%.
The Leech
It
never
was-
went out before, right?
It was sad to see Lee get his first knockout loss for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I expected no better from no worse from Prates. I think he wasn't perfect in that fight. Like there were moments where he got a little sloppy and he was just throwing big shit from far away. But I said while I was reacting to it, dude, if this guy just cracks him with a 1-2, he'll put Lee out. And then the first thing he does, as soon as he gets a combination with his fists, down went fucking Li Jingliang. So what I'm learning from that is that if these guys who are really like creative on the feet actually stick with just being technical and sticking with conventional boxing, they win because they have the power to put their opponents out. They just need to.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, all he did was a power jab.
Yeah, and that's
He
what
just
put
kept
him out.
sticking him with the power jab.
Dude,
And he ended up knocking him out.
It was the same thing with Tom Nolan. The guy was doing
No,
fucking-
Tom Nolan's not tech. He's no.
No,
Tom Nolan went like this. "Ugh," that was Tom Nolan, bro. He fucking sucked.
No, dude, you didn't let me finish my thought. I
Alright,
said
alright.
every time he hit just a standard punch, he fucking wobbled his opponent.
Yes.
Whereas
Yes.
when he was throwing kicks, none of them were landing. He was doing
Yes.
some little reverse elbow every time. If he just used his long arms, he would have gotten the finish.
Conventional
And he didn't.
boxing, you got to stick to it. Definitely.
Exactly.
I said that too. I had that same
I
opinion.
think the biggest problem with Tom is that he's just not fast enough, especially for a 155. But Prates hit him with that left. He even landed a Superman punch at one point,
Yeah.
and that final blow was just such a clean left hook that put
Yeah.
poor old Li Jingliang out. I mean, Li Jingliang's fall off needs to be studied. Am I right?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't even think Li Jiang looked terrible in that. I
No,
think Prates was
no.
just that damn good.
I think
Right.
that he did, man. By the
Yeah.
second round, he was absolutely cooked, man. He wasn't landing combos anymore. And he was
First
getting
round was close. Second round, he just danced
I
around.
disagree,
him.
dude. You could see him leaning forward a lot, and I think his back
Yes.
is compromised.
Fighting nerds have this striking style. Jean Silva does it too. It's not like they're just, putting on combinations and boxing you up. It's like they break your spirit and your confidence. And that's what happened to Li Jingliang. His spirit and his confidence were broken. He couldn't land anything, and he got...
So you're not completely
suffered
off
for it.
Li Jingliang Island, I'm guessing.
No, I'm not off. I don't think the Leech I don't think he's Tony Ferguson. I don't think this is the end of the Leech. I mean, it's hard to come back from one like that, though.
Well, and the back surgery, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Li
He had a
Jingliang
botched back surgery.
he was entirely a victim of circumstance until this fight. Because in my opinion, so he destroyed what's his name, the King of Kung Fu. Remember that?
Muslim
Muslim Sakhanov.
So he beat him, and then he has that 279 press conference where he brings his beautiful suit, and then fucking Kamzat and Kevin Holland ruined that for him. And then they fucking switch the booking on him. He wins his fight. Wins his fight against Daniel Rodriguez. They take that from him. Then he has a back surgery. It's botched, as Izzy would put it. Frozen, like Elsa. That was his spinal cord. And then they bring him back after 2 freaking years, and this was his chance to prove that he still had it. He doesn't have it anymore. And Prates is just that good. It's
Dude,
a combination.
Prates Charles Radke'd him.
Yeah, for sure.
Just crazy.
I was surprised he didn't crumble him with a knee.
He did hit that inside knee to the body.
That was a vicious body.
And that, oh my god, the gas tank after that was different. I don't think Li Jing looked like he was not a capable fighter, like not UFC caliber, but maybe we have different opinions. What are you doing, Sean Moody?
Fucking water, man.
Crinkling a water bottle on your speaker.
There's his pot of gold right there. This room of gold.
Dude, I'm so pissed
Yeah,
that Dana White didn't speak to the media.
Yeah. Let's hear
He
it.
doesn't want the questions about what's next for Izzy. That's what he doesn't want.
Okay.
I'm disappointed in Izzy. That wasn't a badass fight.
God damn it.
I disagree. That fight was amazing.
I'll
That
still
was
give you a
fun.
blowjob afterwards, but it'll be a sad blowjob, Israel Adesanya.
Nah, he'll go give him a couple dogs. He'll go join my buddy like fucking dogs.
Listen, Israel Adesanya is a badass. Okay, Israel Adesanya is one of the greatest middleweights, and that is why I'm booking him against Alex Pereira at light heavyweight.
You guys know Sean Moody's a maniac? You guys know that Sean Moody's a maniac? He comes
yeah.
in my live chat and he goes, hey, I got a good Sean Moody impression. You ready?
Hey, no chill FC, it's me, the maniac Sean Moody.
He comes in my chat today. He says,
Hey, check your Discord DMs.
and I check my Discord DMs, bro, and he's sending me, he's like, hey, he goes,
This is my buddy, and look at his police report.
and he shows me some friend of his that got arrested for bestiality.
Yeah, he killed an Izzy.
He sends me his ex-buddy's fucking
Hey,
police reports on
Sean,
screen.
are
Izzy
you
Adesanya.
currently friends with this man?
Probably not, dude, because they didn't listen to me about staying off the meth.
That means yes. Hey, look, man, you can't be hanging out with people that are on meth, all right?
Maybe Izzy got a hold of some of that and started banging dogs.
Sean's got the evil laugh of Cape Fear, Isha. He's got the laugh of Cape Fear. Anyway, let's get back to Captain Rafuko. Hey, Rafuko, what are your thoughts?
He's gone.
He's gone? I mean, he's there, but
He's just waiting to hear something relevant so he can chime in.
okay, he'll chime in when the time's done. But, I mean,
Oh,
my impression of the card was that it was pretty mid for the first part, but then the main card sort of saved it. You know?
no, it wasn't mid at all.
It was.
How?
was
You
super
guys
lit.
how? You guys don't enjoy fights anymore. What was
No.
even they fought
Hated
they
it.
were
Hated it.
retarded.
I'm the Just
but it
Bleed
was
guy,
good
man. I
fights.
just want to see death and violence.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Sloan Kanon,
Did you see the egg on Ricky Glenn's head?
fucking keep it close with goddamn Ricky Glenn, dude? That's
It was
fucking
fun though. He
embarrassing,
beat
dude.
the shit out of him.
He did. I'll agree.
He couldn't finish him because he's a little bit
Speaking
fucking
of couldn't
stupid.
finish, goddamn stupid fucking Tom Nolan.
It was
and
still fun
fucking
though.
Drew
These
Diaz.
decisions were still fun.
Explain that, No Chill. Supposed to get the crowd back on its feet. Amazing fight.
Back on
Casey
its
Neal-
feet from
Casey
a
Neal
good
on
fight.
Angel
That was
wasn't
garbage.
fun.
I was
better
enjoying
than
all these
garbage.
fights. Garbage is a stretch, bro.
Rosen
It was
They're
Struik.
not
a
good
great
fights if they're
card.
one-way traffic.
Rosenstruik and Tuivasa wasn't fun.
Oh, it was fun enough for me because I'm in a group chat with Rosenstruik. That's my brother right there. He beat the shit out of Ty. He beat the
Well,
crap out of
that's-
Ty. I couldn't believe
That's
that.
your
Yeah, he did.
specific perspective. So it was a good fight in your eyes.
As a
but-
Congolese man,
Dog
I
shit.
very much like this card.
When did he
Yeah.
knock down Ty?
He
Dude, we
didn't,
need
but he
some-
poured.
Oh,
He
he
can't.
did. Oh, okay, got it.
Ty's chin is made of granite. How many shots did
Really?
he land on that
Hasn't he
chin?
been finished in his last 4 or 5 fights? Oh,
By
he's
submission?
granted?
By
He
submission?
was cracked by
Submission and
Sergey
3 knockouts?
Pavlovich.
He's never got knocked out. He's never been knocked out. He
Bullshit.
got TKO'd.
By Gon.
TKO.
Gon destroyed him.
He got
He was
slept by
knocked
Pavlovich.
out.
Pavlovich can't sleep a fly. No power.
Nah, that's cool. You're
All right,
just
I
saying
see
that
that you're
because
dying on the
Volkov
hill.
beat
That
him.
just any MMA fight is fantastic.
Yeah.
I except Casey O'Neill, except that one.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is
Not
that
that one.
you,
That one
Isha?
wasn't fantastic.
Is that you, Isha? Are
Yeah, I
you
was
gonna
about to say,
smoke
he's
a
full of
cigarette
Isha.
for Protez? Glass
bye,
half
Sean
fucking
Mooney.
full, dude. Glass is fucking fully full. It's over the fucking brim, dude.
Dude, my glass was
Dude.
full this card. It's fucking banger.
And who can forget the incredible action between Jack
That was
Jenkins
awesome.
and
Seeing Herbert
amazing,
Burns
dude.
cry like
I
a little
love the
bitch.
part where Jenkins
Seeing him
did
die.
everything, and
Seeing
then
him
Herbert
die.
literally
And
died
Gilbert Burns
from a
carrying
bounce.
him out again and patting him on the butt like a
It's so
baby.
funny
That was
that you
Jack
awesome.
Jenkins hit him
It's
over and
Jack
over again and
Jenkins
still
has-
couldn't finish him with his own fists. Literally
Oh,
pulled a
Jack Jenkins.
Gaziev and fucking died.
He
in the
butt
center of the
scooted.
cage.
It's so funny that you would say Tai Tuivasa's never been knocked out, and then you would say that Herbert Burns died after he literally just quit because he couldn't get up for the second fight in a row.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? All right, here's about MMA fighters not knowing the rules. Per example, when a guy's on the ground butt scooting, I swear to God, I don't remember if it was Hamos or Khalib. It was Khalibao or it was whatever fight you just showed. They were on their ass butt scooting, and he just grabbed his feet. And he just grabbed his feet and was looking at the ref, waiting for back up, and go like this. It's sign language.
Mm-hmm.
Garbage.
Back
And-
up, and the
happened
referee
with-
will stand the other guy up.
That happened with Gamrot and Hooker, I believe.
Yeah, he like
That happened with
wheelbarrowed
that.
him. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
wheelbarrow.
But I don't know what is your question though.
Like, what do you guys think about MMA? And then the verbal submission too. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, it's weird because I didn't even see any footage of Tafa screaming. It's like at the
I
perfect
did. I heard a
angle
little
where he's
yell.
I heard it
hiding
too.
behind the ref's leg. It's like literally the JFK
Look, it's up to
assassination.
the referee.
basically.
If you verbally tap, that's
He was rolling. What are you supposed? If I'm in a knee bar, am I supposed to pretend it doesn't hurt?
Yeah,
Just
that's
be
weird.
like what the
No,
fuck,
I'm just-
dude?
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, if you verbally tap, if I, as a referee, how do I know if your leg is broken, how much pain you're in? That counts as a tap.
I
That,
suppose so. I mean, but if
Also,
you're,
that's you asked me about MMA fighters not knowing the rules. Clearly, you don't. Verbal
no, I'm
taps
just
count
saying.
as
I'm just saying. Like, it's not like he
Last-
verbally tapping is
Over the brim,
screaming out in
Isha.
pain
It's
for half
Yeah,
a second.
Literally
Yeah, it's up to
flagging
the
Isha.
referee's
The milk
discretion.
is all over
No,
the
I think
table.
that was a dumb stoppage.
Well, no, and I don't think that you're wrong in saying that. I'm just saying that if the ref stops the fight because you're screaming out in pain,
Refs are make the wrong calls all the fucking time.
sure, but like I said, if the ref stops the fight because you're in pain, that's a justified stoppage.
But he wasn't like in pain. It's like it
Yeah,
was
never-
half a
That's
second
literally
long,
what he- that's literally
and
what
he
he
was
did.
rolling. He was rolling. It's
Sure.
not like he was screaming, "Oh my god!" He just went, "Oh fuck," while he was rolling. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It's
just
a
I don't
little
agree
weird.
with that.
It is a
Yeah, I
little
agree.
weird.
I don't
That's
totally
strange.
disagree with your take. I'm all I'm saying is if you scream out in pain and the ref stops the fight due to that, that is a justified stoppage.
I
for
suppose.
the rules.
No.
You just said that
Yeah.
fighters don't know the rules. That's literally in the rules.
Tap, tap, tap. These nuts.
Yeah,
don't
but
be
only
done.
the rules circulate to what I think is right.
Mhm.
You have to
Oh, okay.
realize that.
Great. Beer
No, I'm
purple tap.
glad that we got that because that Walter Walker promo was so fucking funny.
Yeah,
it was
pretty-
perfect.
Dude gets on the mic. He looks like he looks nothing like Johnny. He's like a big troglodyte. He gets on the mic. That could start a bullet.
Dylan, what
You're
is up,
talking.
right?
He said, "I'm gonna erase your family." What a hard fucking
That's
line.
horrific.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
erase your family.
I hope
That's
he gets.
crazy.
I hope he gets Justin Toffa next. Dylan
You know,
says,
we
"This
had our,
developed into a shit post stream. I love it. Hop in.
We had our Gracie killer in Pride, and now we got our Tafa killer.
Yeah,
in
fuck.
UFC. He's coming for the whole fam, man.
That's
be-
the hardest line ever spoken in
Okay,
MMA.
but
I'm
okay,
gonna
I wanna
erase
get
your
back to your-
family.
I want to get back to your question though. Like, what do you mean MMA fighters not knowing the rules when you're?
I was
screaming
just talking
around?
about the guard, like the backing up to let the referee signify a guard getting raised. Because if Coolabout did that, he probably would have got the finish
Sure, but I also don't hate that he decided to do what he did and like
and
he had some
lost.
good
though.
shots on the ground. Off
Yeah.
of Rollins.
Yes, he did have a couple, but if you heard a guy, okay, it was the Jack Jenkins Herbert Burns fight. That's what I was talking about as well. Herbert Burns was hurt so many times, and Jack Jenkins was like just playing thumb
know.
war with his big toe.
exactly.
Like, back up and let the referee stand him up. You would have got
know.
that stoppage way faster or maybe finished him on the feet.
Well, that-
and I
that-
do got to say, his boxing looked very much improved. I thought he looked like crap against Jamal Emmers, but his
Mhm.
hands look very fast and very accurate. Not powerful, but fast and accurate.
I don't think that hawking out Herbert Burns at this point is like a testament to how
No,
good
this is his like 4th in a row.
I think there was a
quitting.
lot of fumbling the bag on this show, with Kalibao especially, because
Yeah,
he
that was
was
tough.
breaking his leg. His leg was literally giving out from under him. He didn't even get into full guard to win the round. He just did a little toe tapping, and then every once in a while, he'd come in with an overhand punch. And then he never at one point was like, yeah, let him up. He wasted like 2 minutes just circling around him like he was fucking Shamrock and what's his face with the mustache, just circling around the fucking octagon instead of actually
Don
doing
Fry?
some damage. Don Fry, yeah, like that. And then, dude, I was so scared that DDP fumbled the bag when he tried that rear naked choke on Izzy in the second round, and Izzy fucking turned him over. Now I know that two of the judges had it DDP 2-1 going into that fourth, but I legitimately thought, oh god, did they give 2 rounds to DDP or just 1? Like I think we were all a little bit confused going into that fourth round. I'm glad that he actually took advantage and finally got that rear naked choke. He tried it before, but Izzy fucking turned it around. I think he could have actually gotten a TKO if he'd have.
Yeah, I think that his taunting was really lost in the fight.
Yeah, Kalibao, yes,
not
that
fighting
emote led to him losing. But
Exactly.
what you said about Izzy and the
Izzy.
scorecards, I noticed Israel Adesanya in all his fights, one of his best attributes it's his poker face. He doesn't let you know, he doesn't signify when he's hurt. Because DDP actually, he cracked him a couple times. He did crack him a couple times. But Israel Adesanya's facial expression, he's very, surprisingly for such a emotional guy, he's very stoic in the octagon.
Hey, I can cry and fight at the same time.
I just want to read this comment. Mikey Musumeci didn't get a win for CGI. That's kind of crazy.
Was he even in it?
Yeah, I guess he was in it.
I don't think he was on the bracket.
Oh, was he not? Okay.
No, I don't think so. Let me read it.
Jenkins,
I could be
awesome
wrong.
fight, technically sound. Coolabao showed negative IQ. Hey, no worries, Rafuko. You're welcome anytime, man. I'm excited to see Jenkins fight again. Champ, every match, yes, please.
I think
Mikey Musumeci wasn't in the CJ.
Okay, I don't know what Sean's talking about then.
I think
maybe that was his friend who got arrested for bestiality. Who knows? But I think that the broadcast kind of played up on some of the significance of DDP's strikes. I don't think that all of them were hurting him, but maybe they were, because in that last fourth round exchange, I think that him being hurt and getting knocked down, or at least stumbled and being off balance, is what led to the submission.
Well, you remember, No Chill, that Izzy's face was just fully neutral during that Gastelum fight, even when he was getting hurt over and over again. And remember when he did the classic, "Oh, I'm willing to die in that cage."
Yep, and with Sean Strickland, he got dropped, he gets pounded on, gives a thumbs up like this. He's got a great poker face. Driscus did, it's weird. Especially what was very surprising, the main takeaway of that fight was Driscus has a very, very sneaky question mark kick. And I haven't seen that from him before. Somebody's going to get called with that.
Yeah.
Way fast, like out of nowhere, because he's so heavy-handed that his punches and his awkwardness just makes him look a little bit, not sluggish sluggish and sloppy, but that kick is lightning quick.
Yeah.
100%.
No Chill. You know who's going to get hit with that question mark kick?
Chimaev.
Sean Strickland. If they have their rematch, dude, I could see him actually catching Sean with that.
That's insane for you to say, because you're like the biggest Sean Strickland fan of all time.
I know, but I'm going to be objective regarding who would get hit by the question mark kick. Who gets knocked out with that fucking iCarly guard when something comes out of nowhere? It's freaking Sean Strickland.
What is your response to my roasting of Steve Erceg? Oh, look at him look off in the distance.
For what?
I'm angry about it. Erceg, even when he's saying something controversial, it's just a big softy. So honestly, it's hard to be mad at him, no matter what he's fucking saying. I don't know if he's exactly gonna offend people just by fucking talking. He sounds fucking autistic. Okay?
Strickland or Erceg?
Erceg. We're
What
talking
did
about
Erceg say?
Oh, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, he's gonna say, "Oh, it's a lot of fighters have bad boxing." You know.
Yeah, you do too, buddy.
Fighters say everything going into fights.
Slept by Kai Kara France of all.
Oh, he didn't get slept. You're
pulling for a reason. You're pulling for a reason to hate on Steve.
Oh, look at that haircut, bro. Jesus Christ.
Goddamn Lucas Tracy, dude. He's gonna turn out like that knight in Indiana Jones 3.
Really a mix between Michael Scott and Forrest Gump.
Yes, sir. That's why we love him.
why do you think there is so much focus? Because there's focus around, for example,
Is that
your
musical?
win was one part of the conversation. Ilya Toporia's win over Alexander Volkanovski is another one. Max Holloway, people talk about it. Dustin Poirier, people talk about it. Who's the best boxer? Boxing and MMA. Adrian Yanez. Why is there so much focus, it seems like in the last year or so, on that particular skill set inside of MMA?
I think in any combat sport, the progression goes in waves. So people identify what the biggest weakness in the sport is, and then you see everybody sort of progress to fix those gaps. And in jiu-jitsu, it's the most obvious. Leg locks exploded for a while, and now you see that going away. And like wrestling up and wrestling is sort of starting to become the meta in jiu-jitsu at the moment. So I think the boxing and like specifically defensive, like where your hands are defensively and their setups and that sort of thing, was a big hole for a long time, and so people are starting to close the gap. And because they've seen how effective
They
it
said
is,
they're starting to close the gaps.
everybody else starts
better.
to emulate that, and then soon enough, people get to a level where it's less exploitable, and you'll see something else become sort of the meta.
Dude just
How
predicted
is
his
that
own
offensive
knockout loss
whatsoever?
downfall.
He's talking
That's
about the
fucking
history
hilarious.
of MMA. He's not talking about, oh, everybody at flyweight sucks at defensive striking. That's what you pretended, like he said.
So it's,
He
in
said
other words, you
people
believe
are
it's sort of
closing the
more a
gap
function
and
of
getting
this sort
better
of
at
gradual
defensive
process.
striking. You're fucking deaf.
No,
He
he
literally
predicted-
just said, he just fucking said MMA fighters don't have good defense. I heard it come from
Literally.
his lips.
Whack-a-mole, like
He
we'll fix
said, he
this
said
thing,
they're
then another
closing
one
the gap
pops up,
and
we'll
they're
fix
getting better.
Not
He said
him.
not him.
Not him.
that thing.
I know,
But I guess
not
my
him.
question is
Yeah, hold on.
more
He said-
about like
he said that if anything, it's improving.
why there is that hole to begin with, like why boxing works inside MMA now. Is it, you kind of alluded to it, right? Is it about the fact that people don't move their head enough or their hands aren't high enough? There's just not a lot of defensive responsibility. Why does boxing seem to work right now so well?
I mean, I can just attest to like my defense, for instance. Like I've gotten away with like pulling a lot, and that I think is a very common thing in MMA because you're working so many things defensively, staying
Yeah, he didn't pull away in that one.
in the pocket, and,
Yeah.
like moving your head and all that sort of stuff, because people are worried about knees and head kicks and all that sort of stuff. That was maybe neglected for a long time, and so you do have these big overreaching defensive movements that the majority of MMA guys are doing. So what I've tried to do, and which I think you are also seeing, is you're having those people that are getting really good at slipping and rolling and getting inside of those punches, but they've adapted it slightly for MMA where they're not as susceptible to knees and not as susceptible to kicks as they were. And so the people that are starting to develop that are starting to have more and more success.
I wonder what people.
Yeah, I was gonna say there have been boxing coaches in MMA,
What did you say?
Hey Hank, my friend wants to talk to you. Can he talk to you real quick?
but they never really seem to have.
It's probably me, isn't it?
They had
No,
an
my
effect
friend wants to talk to
offensively,
you.
right? Like, for example,
Alright.
George St.
Yeah,
Pierre training with Freddie Roach. He got a great jab
Get
out
rid
of
of
that.
that
He had a good one
fucking
before,
freak
but, you know,
Yeah,
he got
just-
tightened up or
turn
something.
Shut him up.
Turn that
Fuck
hippo
Luke
off.
Thomas, dude.
My friend, my
No,
friend
I like
Steve
it.
Urseg wants to talk to you, Hank. Can he
All right,
talk to
yeah,
you?
let's hear it. Let's hear it from Ursig.
I think they'll have the best defensive boxing in the USA. and to be honest, I just think that these guys are on my level with the defensive boxing, and you're starting to see a lot of changes in MMA. And you're starting to see guys kind of develop the slip and the roll. Like for me in my game, for example, you see the slip and the roll a lot. And I just think defensively, it's getting a lot better, and that's why you see boxers like me have a lot of success because of the slip and the roll, and because I just think I really know the meta of the game.
Yeah,
Fucking
well,
L for Steve Urseg right there. That
It-
fucking interview ages like milk.
yeah, it aged like fucking cheese on the sidewalk.
Fuck yeah, it did,
Oh,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, but it's not like he was personally trying to insult anybody.
Oh no, he definitely was talking up his own boxing as he should, dude. He's a fucking up and coming flyweight.
Yeah.
He should
If
have
you're
been the
gonna promote
champ.
yourself,
Fucking
belt.
Should have been the
He
champ,
didn't fucking
though.
roll. He didn't fucking roll. He was flat-footed.
He rolled
Hit
onto
right
his
on the center
onto the
line. He
back
got
of his
fucking
head.
slept.
He rolled onto the back of his head.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
not denying that.
Oh,
I
shit.
will say that I think that Urseg had decent striking at the start of it. Obviously, the striking defense aged very poorly, but I liked his jab at first. Honestly, this fight was short enough that I can't take too much from it. I will say it's sort of like a Tank Davis fight where he's just got that fucking power from Kai Kara France, and he hit
Yeah.
him with a good shot, and then Steve Urseg was fucking reeling. Okay, I will. Maybe it was a good height disparity, good enough for Kai Kara to really have a good spot to throw that hand. Because like often
he wasn't defensively responsible. His right hand was down. He was flat-footed. He does not have like I don't know. That fucking interview is hilarious to me, dude.
Because my dad says that one of the best like matchups that he sees like in terms of patterns for like what makes for a guy who's going to knock the other guy out, shorter guy but longer reach. And I think Erceg had the longer reach, but I think the height disparity was just good enough that if you throw it up, it would just crack right on the chin.
I don't know if I mean he didn't get knocked out. Like it wasn't a knockout. It was a TKO.
But he still crumbled him.
He was getting right back.
He actually
up.
wobbled him once, and then he hit the
Early
second one that
stoppage.
knocked him out.
I would have let it keep
I will
going.
admit,
Well,
he pretty
I
much
think that
knocked him
Steve
out. and pulled
Erceg
it up.
needs to work on his defensive boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody's
maybe
had
he
the
should take
answer
some
for him.
advice
I
from
mean,
himself.
Schnell and Pantoja aren't known for their fucking boxing expertise. Pantoja's getting better, but still, Roy Val outstruck him, Erceg outstruck him. So it's, I mean, he's never had to deal with the power puncher like the Kiwi before. You know what fight I would have loved to see, even though it couldn't have happened? Kai Kara France and John Lineker would have been a banker.
Yeah, that would have been pretty
I
cool.
think John was up at 135 though.
No, he was at flyweight. as
The end
well.
of his career for sure.
Oh, he's still fighting. He's still fighting. He's a fat little.
Oh
goblin
shit!
now.
It's Isha. What's up?
Hey,
Wee!
Oh, what's up, boys?
Your team
What's up?
Piper. Your
How
team
you
Piper,
feeling?
Isha.
I'm tired.
You've been streaming a shit ton this fucking.
I'm tired and hungry.
Get some peanut butter, dude. Have some rice on there.
Yeah, I didn't make any rice earlier today, so I'm too lazy to make some now.
Dude, you could legit make yourself some like peanut butter Rice Krispies if you wanted to.
Ooh,
That shit
I
would be the
could. I've been
bomb.
actually mixing rice in with, or not rice. I've been mixing peanut butter with yogurt, and that's been keeping me going through streams.
All right, man. What do you think about this Steve Erceg business?
I'm happy for Kai Kara France.
Yeah, me too. Ursa, I think
Erceg didn't look good. He didn't look like he was fighting with any really urgency or walking forward at all. He was kind of just letting Kai dictate everything. And honestly, his reads were pretty bad because Kai was throwing that same overhand over and over and over again. And it was just like, I mean, and again, I full disclosure, like I picked Steve Erceg to win.
Same here.
Right?
Yeah, I think a lot of us did.
But I did say, and I will, and again, I'm no fucking expert. Don't listen to me for picks or betting advice at all. I did say though that like at plus 190, Kai Kara France, hell of a good underdog.
Yep.
Because he's done this to so many people. He's fought better competition. He looked dialed. My biggest concern was just like, again, and I see those hockey players all the time too. When you get concussed to the point where like your doctors are saying, no, you can't do anything, not even like train for like 8 to 10 months, like. You never know if you're going to come back the same. So I was just worried, and that's why I wasn't confident with the pick. Honestly, if he was healthy, I would have probably picked him to win.
Guys, I actually have info that makes this fight make a lot of sense. Steve Erceg is the same height as Cody Garbrandt.
I thought you were going to say he was
Garbrandt
concussed.
knocked out.
I don't think
He's
he's the
concussed
same.
one.
I don't think he's the same height as Cody Garbrandt.
I checked
Was he
on
5'7"?
Tapology. They're the same
Well,
height.
to be fair, Kai Kara France is tiny. He's fought a lot of guys taller
He's
than
5'4".
No, I'm
according
saying
to
Steve Erceg and Cody Garbrandt are the same height.
Nah, I don't. I think Cody Garbrandt's much smaller than Steve Erceg.
No, I think
Okay, I guess so.
isn't Steve Erceg 5'10"?
I mean,
Yeah,
you
he's
could
a-
technically.
Either way, Isha, what do you think about the interview that I just played?
Did you see my chat? That was
Yeah, you were
fucking
like,
hilarious.
you said, "Oh my god, that's hilarious."
Oh,
It's a bad
yeah,
look. I think it's a bad look.
in the most non like cocky tone. Like he was a little he was a little cocky there.
I think that it proves that he was rushed up the rankings, and I think that this setback is actually good for his career.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that like that Pantoja fight at least showed that like he can hang there, right?
Yes.
Like,
Mhm.
it sucks that there's not many guys at like the top that are just like ready to go next. Like if Albazi was healthy and not trying to freaking pistol whip guys outside of the fucking
He would already been in
Sven. If Albazi wasn't trying to pistol whip guys outside of the cage and actually was just worried about his rehab, then like maybe
Dude, these
Albazi
guys
can-
have some freaking little man syndrome from these flyweights, dude. They're freaking out and fighting everybody, getting themselves in trouble.
Dude,
last
did you
night.
hear about that? Did you hear about? I mean, I don't know.
Kara France.
I don't. Yeah. Did you hear about Albazi fucking pulled the gun out on?
That's right.
Mokaev, yeah.
On Mokaev? Shit's fucking crazy, bro. What's up with these guys?
But what was
Little
your,
man syndrome. Like I said, they got the Joe Pesci syndrome.
Bro, I'm like smaller than all of them combined. I got no little man syndrome. Me and Skate are pretty level-headed.
Yeah, but you're not fighting,
We're
man.
about- we're
You're
about
not
to
on
say
the
fight.
juice. You ain't
Not
got that
on the
roid
juice.
rate.
I
No,
wish
but
I was on the
Isha,
juice.
dude, you like don't take this like the weird, and now I'm probably making it all weird, but like, dude, Isha's fucking built, dude. I wasn't expecting him. You look
I work out every day. No one
behind
believes
the
me.
desk, you can't really tell, but dude's fucking, he's like stocky.
Nice. But he's got that ultra instinct Shaggy kind of build, you know? He
Suck
looks,
it.
looks very lanky on paper. Like Zoinks! It's
He's
a
not, though.
tank scoop! And then
No, I'm
he
not lanky.
powers up, dude, and he becomes
Not
fucking
lanky.
Goku Shaggy.
I have a very short reach.
Nice.
All
Well, you
right,
just still
what was
crack him
your
with those
like
arms.
thoughts on the card in general, and like what was your favorite moment from the card?
Oh, fucking Dan Hooker, bro. Are you kidding me? Now again, I'm
Hey,
like, I don't understand the hate towards Gamera. I thought it was a good fight. It takes
How
two to
don't you
tango to make a
understand the
fight
hate
really
towards
good. I
Gamera?
thought he actually put on a really good fight. It's my thing with that one, and I said it in my preview too, was that, and it's even in my notes here. My thing was if Hooker cracked him, Gamera was going to start to panic wrestle, and that was the path to victory. But I didn't think that was going to happen. So. But Gamera kept jabbing him up, and even in it was either the end of the second or even third, Gamera was still landing a lot.
Hooker's
So-
face at the end of the fight.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Pretty-
that came from the first round, I
Well,
think,
here's the
predominantly.
thing. I actually think they were pretty much even in the striking in round 2 until Gamrot shot that takedown, and then
And the elbows?
stuffed it, and then the elbows. I think that
I honestly thought
that made
Gamera
the
won the
difference.
fight, to be honest. I had Gamera round 1 and 2. Again, I'm no fucking judge, by the way, for those watching. Like, my opinion doesn't matter at all. But like,
I think it was a
I had
case for
Gamera winning round 1 and 2. And Hooker, I think, was clear round 3.
I think
I'd
it made
Hooker
a
2
lot
and
of
3.
sense to consider that second round very close. I can understand people thinking that Gamrot won, but I think it was one of those rounds where like the last minute to 30
Yeah.
seconds determined who was going to win that round, and the guy who stuffed the takedowns and the guy who got the damage at the end.
I'm
was
happy
Dan.
for Dan. He's an easy guy to cheer for.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
Um,
remember when Dan Hooker and Paul Felder fought in, I believe it was Australia as well, and they went to a split decision,
Mm.
and then the third judge had it for Dan Hooker, and the place lost it. Same thing, lightning fucking struck twice, dude.
What I liked about that too, and I said that in the chat, was Dan Hooker. He's fought everybody, but whenever he took a step up in competition and fought the big names, he lost every single one of them. This is the
Yeah.
first time that he won
Yeah.
one, which is awesome.
No,
So
I'd say from Jalen Turner onwards, dude. He was an
Yeah,
underdog.
I don't
in
count
that
Jalen
fight.
Turner in that, like, Poirier,
No, I know what you're
Islam, like that
Right.
That-
He
category.
was still a
Poirier
major
fight was
underdog. He got
crap,
rocked
too.
in that fight as well. He was getting
No,
beaten
good
up.
fight.
by
I'm not disputing like the performance or anything like that. I'm just saying like it's just funny on paper that like you see every time he took that step and fought that guy's like
Yes.
bona fide top 5 guys. It was like he just couldn't get over that hump.
the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
other than the
tatted
ground
up,
and pound in
tatted up
round 1,
Hooker, tatted up hookers are
always
mythical
shocked
creatures.
by-
Yeah.
I'm always shocked by how
Mythical
lanky
MMA
and
fighter,
actually
tatted up Hooker.
long-limbed Dan Hooker is. 'Cause
Yeah.
I just looked at him in that first 10 seconds against Gamera. I was
Well,
like,
he's 6'2".
dude, he is long, dude.
Yeah,
he's
he's
fucking
huge.
elastic, man.
He's
Hitting him with
6'2".
huge body kicks, man.
Yeah, how the
He's
fuck
enormous
he
for
made
lightweight.
145 was insane.
He always looks smaller after someone cracks him. After
That was
someone
such a
gets
Because
him.
he's hurtling up on.
And he like
against the
shrinks.
cage, Yeah.
But and when it's at first, dude, the guy is fucking lanky, and he used those body kicks beautifully. By the way,
I was gonna say the body work from Dan Hooker was incredible.
Yeah, he kept shoveling to the liver and to the stomach of Gamrot, and that definitely affected the
But-
gas
Gassed
tank.
him out.
But
Isha,
what I
give us
want to
your-
say to Isha
Go ahead.
is with the Gamrot winning round 2, other than round 1 when he had that vicious ground and pound and cut him open, what did he really do with the takedowns? Because honestly,
No.
if we're talking about grappling control, Dan Hooker had sub attempts. And he was
Well, he
using
was-
it as a
he
way to
was
get
on-
out of the grappling
that was
exchanges.
smart.
No,
But really, Gamrot didn't do anything with the grappling in
No,
round 2.
it was the first rounds where he landed the ground and pound. I thought he was doing enough striking. Like
Yeah.
his jab
Yep.
was good, and he was going tit for tat with him, right?
Yeah, they were even on the feet, I would say, which was very surprising. But the threat of the takedown always makes the superior
Hey,
striker
what's up, B?
a little bit, more wary, obviously.
But yeah, give
Yeah.
us your thoughts like on the main event.
is this B or Andrew B?
I think it's just B. I thought that, well, I mean, it's pretty evident, probably the same thing as you guys. DDP gassed hard, quick, very quick. Izzy was in a really good flow state and was beating the fuck out of him
Yeah.
until that one shot. And who was it? Lucas Tracy. I didn't even notice the name was up there. No chill. You said Izzy's poker face. Dude, he had a hell of a poker face because when DDP hit him, I was like, okay, hit the temple, wobbled him a bit, but I didn't realize how hurt he was. And then those follow-up shots, him falling to the ground and then kind of just giving up the back and the rear naked choke at that easy. I was like, oh man, he was way more hurt than I even expected.
I think we have to give DDP a little more credit. I don't think he was beating the shit out of DDP.
I do.
Honestly,
I do.
I really don't. I
no,
think
every time
I
he
thought
hit
he was
the
taking
ball.
over the striking pretty significantly.
He's a very good
third and fourth
kickboxer, but still, he was cracking. He was landing shots. He was
He
going tit for
dropped him
tat
in
for
the
Izzy.
second. He dropped him in the second, and
Yeah,
that one
he did
body shot.
drop
The
him.
DDP looked at the ref. Oh my god, he hit me in the balls. He's like, nope, nope, and then he was like, oh, and he was like trying to recover from that.
They
So I
kept
don't know.
going. I don't know. I think he was going tit for tat with the guy, and he looked awkward and sloppy like always. But like I was saying, he has heavy hands, and he was still landing on Israel Adesanya.
I think that the biggest like argument against that is just the sloppiness of DDP. It's hard
But
to
it
tell
works.
how effective like he really actually truly is. Though, like I said, it's like sloppy effectiveness. What do you make of that? Have you ever seen like a fighter at the highest level like be that sloppy yet? Just
Honestly, until I watched PFL over the weekend and that fucking Chris Brown guy with those kicks. That was insane. That was the sloppiest fighter I've ever seen fight. And instead of just swinging at air like DDP and with those sloppy entries with his blitz, this guy was doing the same thing with his fucking with his kicks, which I've never seen a fighter, by the way, who.
We don't need to read his comments.
Yeah, good. He's singing. He's doing the whole thing.
Wake
dude.
me up inside. I've never seen a fighter who like throws 3 kicks and then ends with a 1 punch for the combo. In that Chris Brown guy versus DDP, who's like the opposite, will throw like 3 punches and end with the kick. Like, so I will say until that PFL fight, was it yesterday? I will say no. I've never seen someone who just kind of like blitzes in that sloppy fashion. And DDP, when he landed some shots, there were some good shots, but like I'm sorry, like the body work by Izzy was tremendous, and I was waiting for DDP to eventually drop his hands and Izzy to throw that high kick. I was like, it's gonna happen. And I think Activate A in the chat said the same thing. He's like, I'm just waiting for that high kick because DDP's keeping that high guard up and he just would not cover his body.
It's crazy that DDP had the like better, more effective kicks. To the head, at least.
Not that bad. He wasn't terrible. He was cracking.
Yeah, I think you guys
Izzy
are
with
on
a few
crack
shots.
saying that
For every one
Izzy
shot
was
that Izzy
dog-walking.
landed on him that worked like a body shot, DDP would blitz forward like a 1, 2, 3, and like occasionally he'd hit the 2 or he'd hit the 3.
Yeah.
I think DDP's
I don't
he
think that
withstands punishment and then pushes himself forward regardless of it.
Yeah,
Because
no,
you
for
can't
sure.
fucking stop him. He's like Nate the Train, dude. You
Yeah.
kick his ass and see what happens.
I think that Izzy was definitely taking over the striking and up on the cards,
well,
like
of course.
winning
I
the
think
fight. I thought
round
he was
one
about
could
to
go
just
either way.
close to a decision at that
What's
point.
up, Anakin? Good to see you.
I think
the
round 1 could
judges
have gone
had it-
either way, but round 2 and 3 striking wise, like I was like, oh shit.
Same. But hey, listen, I gotta get out of here, dude. I gotta
Jokic'
drive
power,
to
man.
Montana tomorrow, so I'm
Oh
gonna get out of
shit!
here.
Have a good
pack it up.
drive.
I'm gonna get up out of here, guys.
Yeah, I gotta prep for
Alright.
Brave. I gotta prep for Brave tomorrow. Which, by the way, good main card. The prelims are whatever, but there's some solid fucking prospects on the main card, so I highly recommend it.
Nice. Sounds
10
good.
a.m. Eastern. Check it
Duplessis
out.
was winning on the scorecards before that fight.
He
Just-
Yeah,
was.
but the judges are fucked in MMA, dude. I just,
Yeah, in Australia.
Tatu Ivasa 30-27.
Well, Isha, don't you think they would have had it for Izzy Adesanya if the judges were fucked when they have it on the guy from Australia? It's a little strange, isn't it?
Mr. Grant was telling, maybe he was just pissed off because his boys were losing, but he was saying that a lot of the Aussie guys actually don't do well in Australia because there's some potential crooked guys out there and
see. I wanna
gambling
see the
against their boys.
Yikes. Well,
Okay.
I definitely know this.
Hold on.
Drake activated the curse
I
on
got the
Israel
scorecard.
Adesanya when he bet on him, dude.
Well, it was
Kiki
2-2.
Curse,
Oh, yeah, I know,
undefeated.
fucking Drake. Apparently it was 2-2 going into the 5th, right?
I got the score.
It was. I think they had it 2-1 going into the 4th.
Okay.
2 of the judges did.
Because Izzy was going to win the 4th, I
Yeah, he
think, quite
was.
clearly.
So it was
So it
gonna
would have
be
been 2-2. Yeah.
But here's I think the poetic end to this fight. Gastelum lost to Israel Adesanya in their fight because when he rocked him, he shot the takedown.
I know.
Like a
I know.
dumbass. And he
So it
failed.
says-
But now DDP beats up Israel Adesanya and he goes for the takedown and he won because of it.
Yeah, but in fairness, I will say Izzy kind of like stumbled as well. So it was like he was kind of momentum was
rocked
helping.
already.
Where Gastelum, he went for like what was it, like the double leg right against the cage. But yes, I do like that.
Ben Cartledge had 2 rounds to 1 for Izzy heading into the 4th, and then the other 2 had 2 rounds for DDP.
Okay.
So it would have come
Second
down to
round
that.
was
Fourth judge
swing.
wasn't actually adjudicated.
I gotta say, DDP gets really lucky with these scorecards sometimes, especially against Sean Strickland with such a fucking close fight between those two. The judges are on DDP's side these last two fights, man. I can't wait for DDP versus Sean. Do you think they're just gonna give it to Sean after this? It makes a
Dana
lot of
already
sense.
said.
Right?
Dana already said it.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure
Yeah,
we'll
but then
hear,
he
we'll hear
also said that
confirmation about that after Tuesday's Contender Series presser.
But you know,
I
he
think he
also
said it on
said
the
that-
last Dana White's Contender Series presser. But again, like
Okay.
take what he says with a grain of salt. But I
yeah,
think Sean.
and he said that the winner of Jones versus Stipe was going to fight Tom, and then
Yeah.
you have John Jones doing, "Oh, I'm going to retire next year."
Yeah, but that's on John Jones, not Dana. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
he also said that Loner Kavanaugh was a 5-time K1 kickboxing.
Yeah, that shit was fucked. I mean, Dan proved everyone wrong. Let's fucking go, Anakin. Let's
Yeah,
go.
he did.
Dude,
All right,
I'm
boys,
so happy
I got to
for you.
eat. But
Yeah.
All right, man.
Catch
good
you
to see
later,
you
Ethan.
guys.
Always
Have
a
a good
pleasure
one.
having
Thank
you
you for
on. Come
joining,
on
man.
more often, man. We
Yeah, well,
appreciate
usually
you.
I'm just dead tired and like cooking, but
Understandable, dude.
I figured I'd finish this beer and then cook after.
When's your next stream?
Face
Tomorrow
plant on the
in
map.
literally a
just
few
after this.
hours for fucking Brave.
All right,
Nice.
cool, man.
10
Off
a.m.
you go,
Eastern.
Ish.
I got to drive to Montana, so I'm going to miss it. But I'll see you
It's all
on
good.
Tuesday,
Have a
man.
good drive, dude. I love driving through Montana.
Bye,
Oh, yeah,
Isha. Thanks
See
for
you, Hank.
stopping by.
See you guys.
Catch you later, bud. All right, man. What a show. But
What a
it's
show.
pretty fucking sad that Dana wasn't there for the press conference. We were so excited to hear what Dana had.
I know. I was just waiting for it. I was like, all the boys are going to react to Dana. And then we got that fuck that they always sub in.
Yeah. My
DDP
question is,
go ahead.
Skatesman, who do you think wins the rematch now between DDP and Strickland?
I had DDP before, and I'm picking him again. I mean, it was a close fight last time.
Yeah.
It was a case that Sean Strickland won. Anakin Skywalker says DDP versus Strickland 2, then DDP will fight winner of Hamzat Rob. Yeah, he did say Strickland next. Dana always lies. I'm not really super pumped for it. I guess I should be because the fight was so close the first time. I think that they're, I don't know. You never really know. But yeah, if that's the fight, that's the fight. So
I think I agree with your pick. I think if anyone's going to have a few more aces up their sleeve going into the fight, it's probably going to be DDP, especially on the feet. I feel like Strickland has a style and it works most of the time. It's worked against almost everybody except Alex Pereira. But I think combined with, DDP's commitment to the wrestling, he's going to get Strickland down at one point or another. Like literally, Israel Adesanya dropped DDP in the second round, and he was still able to keep Israel Adesanya down even after getting cracked. So I feel like eventually he's going to get Strickland down. And then, like I said before, he's got that question mark kick along with some like new stuff in his arsenal that he showed here against Adesanya. So I think he could easily come up with another move that he could use to like surprise.
Anakin Skywalker asked a fantastic question. I think we'll lead out on this too. What's next for Izzy though? Look, to me, Izzy is a decorated UFC vet. Definitely deserves to be in talks of some of the greatest middleweights ever. As far as what's next for him, I guess the loser of Rob and
versus
Hamzat. But honestly, dude, I don't know. I mean, I thought he was going to retire after the fight. He takes his gloves off. He trolled the shit out of me. I thought he was going to retire, man. I was happy.
What if he's just like, and I'm only leaving one glove in the octagon. The other one's on. Blotched.
Oh, no. Kenny says he's going to be working at Walmart.
I love it, dude.
I don't know. Izzy fought great. He fought great. I thought that he was winning heading at the time of the stoppage. I thought he was winning. So
here's the thing. I actually heard
thing,
something
you
from
guys.
somebody in the chat that said Alex Pereira is thinking of moving down to middleweight at some point. Don't know if that's true, but can you imagine if they pulled like a Conor Diaz, where it's like no belts on the line, it's just those two fighting each other because Alex wants it and Izzy wants it. One last fight at middleweight to see who's the best in that.
Now,
division.
tell me this, because you hated that idea of that fight when I brought it up before, and now you seem to be more interested in it.
I'm interested in it because now I know that Izzy's at the end of his rope, and I just don't like fights where Izzy just prospers from losing. But I think if both men are interested in that fight, and a lot of people are interested in the trilogy, then it's not for the title. Then I'd be down for a dream fight. You know, everybody. I think that's a main event pay-per-view.
I think Izzy should get a win before he fights Pereira, personally. But I wouldn't hate it. The problem is he's already cleaned out middleweight, so like even another Rob fight doesn't really interest me, even though I'm like a Rob super fan.
Yeah, I'm not interested in those two fighting again.
And I do think that I like your take, because that Rob versus Hamzat fight is going to take place fairly soon. Am I correct?
It's going to take place at UFC 308, I think.
Okay, it says Izzy versus the winner of Alan Imavov. Unfortunately, I don't think any of those guys are like a big enough draw to really put it there with Izzy. But I mean, meritocratically, I like those fights, but at the same time, like, I'm not really interested in those fights. I think him versus Hamzat is the fight to make next, regardless, win, lose, or draw against Rob.
It's UFC 308. Yeah, it's UFC 308. I was right. So that's happening relatively soon, but that means Dana has to rush pretty quick to make DDP versus Strickland. Otherwise, they're going to get a whole nother fiasco where it's like, oh God, who's the real challenger? Oh, let's push Sean Strickland to fight the winner of that. So Dana needs to start doing some John Jones Miocic shit of, oh, it's booked. Sorry, booked already. Too late. You know, he has to do that or else there's going to be too much controversy. And then you'll have to book that number one contenders fight.
Well, I think that this fight, we need to end this stream soon because I got to get out of here. But I think this fight over-delivered.
Over-delivered. Yeah, I think so. I think it met our expectations and then some, because I don't think any of us were expecting a submission from DDP. I was expecting ground and pound from top position.
Yeah, same. Like Darren Till.
Exactly, but that's not what happened. Fantastic. It was sort of like Yuri Prohaska kind of comeback. Oh, you got to get him down. Oh, we got it. Now he's got the tap. You know, it was that kind of exhilaration. I was hopping out of my chair, dude.
Oh, same. Like I said, I haven't felt this excited after a pay-per-view card since 300.
Yeah, and now I get to fucking rub it in JL's face for the next couple of months.
Perfect.
That'll be nice.
Well, hey, man, with that, why don't you lead us out?
You have escaped the war zone for now. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Oh, wait, hold on. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Hello, 911. Yeah, Izzy lost. He lost. He's open, boys. Shoot to kill. You got the target in your sights. I think PETA took him out, man. Izzy's gone.
Steve Erceg needs to work on his defensive boxing.